Happy 4th of September, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching me, Eugene Tay, on Rock the Block Daily. And this episode was brought to you by our friends over at OneChain, the world's first cross-chain solution for the financial infrastructure. Headline news today on Fuddip Fomoon is about a company called ChromaWay. What ChromaWay is trying to do is to create a blockchain platform for the real estate and financial industry, and also to address the shortcomings of the Ethereum network. Now, that alone is nothing interesting because anybody who has a grandma these days is creating something on a blockchain, so that itself is not a big deal. Creating solutions for the finance industry, real estate, who isn't, right? And to address the shortcomings of Ethereum, bold claim. But what made news for this company is that it's entirely funded in private round, means no public funding whatsoever. And if you've been following my previous videos, you know my opinion and stance on companies that has zero public funding. The hype for ChromaWay comes not just from it being entirely privately funded, but because it boasts two big names, top influencers like Ian Ballina and Ben Godenzi on its stable of advisors. Now, Charlie Lee from Litecoin and also Vinny Linkham from Civic have joined the team as well. The site and white paper are due in September, but you can go on to Reddit and get more information there about ChromaWay. So with all this FUD going around, ChromaWay has released an FAQ to address your concerns. Basically, in the FAQ, it's sort of clarified that Ian's Ballina allocation is only 500,000 and not 2.5 million USD like what people thought. Both Ian and Ben are giving advice, but however, they are not getting paid. Very noble. And that's not all, because there is an encrypted post about CryptoCurve and ChromaWay surrounding misinformation allegedly posted by Ben Godenzi himself. Well, right now it's a he said versus they said situation, so it's kind of hard to believe who's right and who's wrong. But you can read all about them in the link below that I've provided and form your own opinion and conclusion out of it. So is this something to take note of? Are you guys going to be farting over it or FOMOing over it? I don't know. Leave me something in the comments below. What do you think about projects that have no public funding and using superstars' name like that on their board of advisors and paying out a lot for allocation? Up next, in the pump up dumps category, we have more news about Silk Road. Well, Silk Road is down and it's been out for many years, but it seems, according to a post on Reddit, a Silk Road related wallet containing $1 billion worth of Bitcoins has been on the move after being dormant for 4 years and 5 months. The original coins have been transferred to a Binance wallet, and some coins have been sold off as recently as just 29th of August. The remaining coins, that is about 111,000 Bitcoins left, is being split and mixed across different exchanges. Looking at these large movements and the pattern of moving funds around, what this tells me is that it's very likely that the owner of these coins is planning for a major dump when the price goes up. Well, it's pretty clear that if $1 billion worth of Bitcoin were to get dumped overnight, that is definitely going to impact the market in a very negative way. In Mediasizing the Regulators, the Central Bank of Laos have issued a warning cautioning the public against cryptocurrency. The Bank of Laos said the public is warned against unregulated use of cryptocurrencies, naming Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin. The notice was addressed to merchants, traders, and residents, but also urged citizens to do their own research in digital assets. The central bank currently follows a law of payment system which does not recognize cryptocurrencies as payment instruments, says the central bank. Still, despite this unregulated ecosystem, the business in the country are already accepting cryptocurrency for its payment and goods. Well, it seems that the warning for the central bank is falling off deaf ears and the power is going back to the people using cryptocurrencies. Oh, I love this news already. In founders and use chain, another good news here with a computing company called Soluna looking at renewable energy to offset the carbon footprint of mining Bitcoin. How they intend to do this is by building large wind-powered blockchain computing infrastructure in the Sahara Desert. Now, you know, Bitcoin uses a proof of work consensus mechanism and consumes about 31 terawatt hours per year. Now, that is an equivalent of 10% of China's annual energy usage, and it's as much energy used by Ireland and Austria. So to combat this carbon footprint and waste of energy, Soluna will develop a 900 megawatt wind farm plant in Morocco to power the blockchain in an eco-friendly and sustainable way. In not so good use of the blockchain, or rather dubious use of the blockchain, as by Z-Pop Dream Project, a South Korea entertainment provider who's going to use the blockchain tech to discover their next K-pop talent. So a new entertainment platform will be developed where Z-Pop will use Ethereum blockchain to allow fans to vote for their favorite entertainers in award ceremony, auditions, buy tickets, behind the scenes news. For more transparency, they say. The project will then help discover and nurture talent, empower fans to support talent and develop talent into global stars. The project, called Star Creation Platform, will include Z-Pop Dream Audition in 10 regions, being Korea, Hong Kong, Japan, Philippines, India, Indonesia, Vietnam, Malaysia, Taiwan, and Singapore. Pretty much all the countries that Rock the Block is covering. The project already has created a few talents, including 101, Girls' Generation, BTS, Big Bang, 2NE1, BoA, TVXQ, EXO, and Psy. The project will launch an ICO in October, and get this, with a soft cap of just $10 million, but a hard cap of $100 million. 4 billion Z-Pop tokens will be issued, and I really can't help but think that this is a lousy way to do a money grab. It's just using the blockchain platform to run another celebrity platform tokens, getting fans to dump your money there, which really, it's, as far as I'm concerned, is not a really good use. And a 10 million and 100 million hard cap, soft cap differentiation, really, if you can do with 10 mil, why do you need 100 mil? That's one of the questions that I would ask when I look at ICOs like that. But no doubt this is going to attract a lot of K-pop fans who are just going to throw in money there anyway. So, well, I guess this whole Z-Pop Dream project really might work after all. Japan has used the blockchain for their voting system, combining the mine number identification and the blockchain technology. It was first introduced in Tsukuba, Ibaraki Prefecture. Now, that prefecture is known for its scientific research and is the first city in Japan to use such a voting system. So where does the blockchain come in? Well, it is used to prevent falsification and alteration of voting results. And I think a country that is close to Singapore might want to take on this project for themselves to have a transparent and fair voting system in their country. What's really interesting is the Tsukuba mayor by the name of Tatsuo Igarashi has said, "I had thought it would involve more complicated procedures, but I found that it is minimal and easy." See, that's a blockchain use for you, where it's so easy that mainstream audience who are using it or looking at it won't even know what goes into the sausage. In BLOCKHEAD lockdown, news all the way from our brothers over in Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe has been facing a currency crisis for a long time. At first, he has no currency of his own to begin with, and then their ATMs are rendered useless. So in comes, stage right, Golix Bitcoin ATM to rescue them. So the ATMs were initially introduced in Harare, Zimbabwe's capital city, to allow locals to access to faster cash transfers and cash availability. But sadly, Zimbabweans really don't have such luck with money, and the Golix ATM have also been rendered useless and redundant. Why? Because the Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe has issued a total ban of cryptocurrencies in May, just 4 weeks after the Golix ATM has been launched. And this really ruins the plan. So you get a lot of Golix ATMs scattered around the city, but with no money and no one's using it right now. Golix is also Zimbabwe's biggest cryptocurrency, and right now it seems that Zimbabwe has lost their only outreach to have an alternative currency besides the central bank. Zimbabweans, my brothers and sisters, we feel you. Hang on right there. I think a solution might come by soon. The banks just can't hold us down forever, okay? In the not so good news part of the blockchain use, we have news coming out from the dark web where they have created a blockchain solution to allow people to fund terrorism. This is something the regulators have been concerned about and is constantly using that as a reason to shut cryptocurrency down. But what is interesting and also worrying about this new project is that it has created a crowdsourcing platform that allows participants to also launch their own jihadist campaign for people to fund this campaign. So it's like Kickstarter for jihad. So this platform is called the Sadaqa platform, and it can be accessed using the Tor browser using a onion link to get there. One of this project campaigns started from one of the participants is called We Hunt, where it aims to equip trained and experienced snipers with additional equipment and resources for training exercise or combat operations in the future. Now, this is really giving blockchain and cryptocurrency a bad rap and giving the authorities and the central bank more ammunitions to try to shut cryptocurrency down. Legit use of cryptocurrencies, people like in Zimbabwe are suffering because their currency is crap, but yet money still find their way towards the dark side of the web and nothing that authorities can do about that. So when you're banning cryptocurrency, when you're trying to shut us down, the bad hats don't get affected. It's the people with legit use who can really benefit from the system are the ones paying the price for this. And that's all the news. And that is all the news we have for you today on Rock the Block Live Daily News. Well, join me again tomorrow for the 5th of September, Wednesday, as I bring you more daily news from the cryptocurrency universe. My name is Eugene Tay, and this is Rock the Block Live Daily News.